this chapter, you will learn what is technology, what is high technology, and what is innovation. You will also learn what are the specific characteristics of high-tech products and why we need a separate theory on the marketing of high-tech products. There are two ways to look at the question, what is marketing? The first is the functional view of marketing. Marketing is a set of activities, processes and decisions, and the purpose of those decisions is to create, communicate and deliver products and services that offer value not only to customers but to other stakeholders as well. So, this is a very common definition of marketing. It has been put forward by the American Marketing Association, and I would say it's the dominant way that businesses today practice marketing. Typically, marketing activities, processes and decisions are conducted at three levels within a large organization: at the corporate headquarters, at the level of a business unit within the corporation, or at the level of a product market within the business unit. The second approach is more of looking at marketing as a philosophy. Marketing is not just a function, it is important for each one of us irrespective of what kind of work we do. Everybody has a client or customer, whether it's internal or external. For example, if you happen to work in information systems, your clients are the users who avail of your services even if they are employees of your company. If you are part of human resources training, your clients may be the new employees that you induct into the organization during the onboarding process. So, this is a philosophy of marketing which puts at its front and center the idea that we are here to be of service. If we pick our customer correctly and if we serve them well, then profits will be a natural byproduct. Before we can define high technology, we need to understand what technology is in the first place. Technology is know-how, or the combination of knowledge, tools and processes that are used to create something, usually a commercial product or service. High technology is advanced, state-of-the-art know-how based on the latest discoveries in science and engineering. Every product or service has a technology behind it. If the know-how is very old and hasn't changed much over time, for example, the technology of a lead pencil, that is not high technology. On the other hand, the technology behind commercial unmanned drones is still being perfected based on current improvements in sensor, camera, radio control, and flight stability technologies, so this would be mostly perceived as a high technology product. The term innovation in the literature and in this course is used in two ways. First, innovation is a process or the sequence of steps used in applying know-how to create new products or services. Second, innovation is also used as a noun to denote the outcome of the innovation process. Thus, we also use the term innovation to refer to a new product. It should be clear then that not all new products or innovations are high-tech. If Procter & Gamble comes up with a new fragrance for their Febreze household spray, that may not be considered a high-tech innovation, but the first drone that Amazon uses to deliver packages directly to consumers would be a high-tech innovation. A high technology product or innovation is based on cutting edge discoveries in science and engineering. New cutting edge discoveries in science and engineering require a fair amount of experimentation and testing to ensure reliable results. Hence, they are associated with high levels of uncertainty. We now offer a framework that managers could use to assess the levels of uncertainty associated with an innovation. Market uncertainty is the aggregate of the uncertainty that individual consumers face with respect to adoption of the product. This is also called demand side uncertainty. Technological uncertainty is the uncertainty related to the performance of the innovation, also called supply side uncertainty. Competitive volatility is the uncertainty associated with the sources and intensity of competitive retaliation. Only an innovation that is surrounded by high levels of market, technological, and competitive uncertainty qualifies to be designated as a high tech innovation. As a consumer, have you ever been confused by whether a new product is right for you and whether you should buy it right away or not? I remember when Apple came out with its iPad in 2010, I already had an Apple MacBook and an iPhone, so I went through a period of indecision and only bought my first iPad after the iPad mini came out a couple of years later. I still haven't purchased an Apple Watch because I'm not sure it is the right product for me. When such individual uncertainty is aggregated across consumers in a market, you can get an assessment of the market uncertainty. There are five factors that contribute to market uncertainty. First, there is the consumer fear, uncertainty, doubt, the FUD factor that I've already talked about. Second, are there gadgets or apps that you purchased and used for a short while, but you abandoned them because you no longer needed them? I keep buying a new iPhone every 2 or 3 years because I always seem to need more speed and battery power. So, consumer needs change quite rapidly and sometimes unpredictably. If consumers do not see a dominant design emerging in the market, they are hesitant to adopt for fear of committing to a wrong standard. Fourth, one never knows how fast an innovation will find acceptance in the market. New innovations in household appliances that provide convenience or gadgets that improve individual productivity seem to spread quite rapidly, while innovations that are discretionary, like the Segway or Airbnb, seem to take a longer time to spread. Finally, one of the biggest contributors to market uncertainty is the challenge of forecasting volume for a new high tech product. And yet, this needs to be done to work out a practical business model and production schedule. Have you ever purchased a high tech product or service or app that has not lived up to its promise? Remember Windows Vista or Apple Maps when they first came out? Does that make you deliberate more when considering purchases of other similar high tech products? There is a cliche within the software industry, also applicable to other industries, that no product is bug free until version 3.0. These are manifestations of technological uncertainty. Technological uncertainty is inherent in the nature of the know how being based on new scientific discoveries. The reliability of the know how is imperfect to begin with, although it improves over time. So, what indicators can a manager use to assess technological uncertainty? First, during internal product testing, does the product function reliably? If not, it has high technological uncertainty. Second, during the product development process, are deadlines being pushed back? If so, there is high tech uncertainty. Third, does the business have the resources and capabilities to fix the problems that are likely to surface at launch? If not, there is high technological uncertainty. Fourth, technological uncertainty is high if the product is likely to have unintended consequences after launch. If you download a new operating system for a mobile device with touted benefits and some of the earlier functionality of the device is lost, that is an unintended consequence. Finally, obsolescence is the phenomenon that a new technology will emerge with better performance or price than the existing technology, requiring a business to write off investments in existing technologies. Competitive volatility is uncertainty about who your future competitors will be or what strategies and tactics they may use against you. Future competitors may emerge from unexpected countries or from unexpected companies within your own country when they launch similar products with better performance or price. More likely, competition can come from new product forms that can meet customer needs in a better way or by previously standalone products converging to provide better customer value. For example, traditional cameras based on chemical film faced competition from digital cameras, and later, the smartphone that combines a camera, music player, and internet browser is a competitive threat to a digital camera because of convergence. With new sources of competition come new competitive strategies and tactics. Amazon in online retailing has changed the rules of traditional retailing by offering huge product selections, low prices, and convenient delivery to the home. Apart from high levels of market technological and competitive uncertainty, there are some other common characteristics of high tech products. In high tech products, the fixed costs are very high because it includes the salaries of scientists and engineers, the laboratories, equipment, and manufacturing facilities that may be needed. Consider, for example, the high cost of producing a new stealth fighter airplane for the Air Force, or the costs of a new operating system. The marginal cost of producing each additional unit is quite low compared to the initial fixed costs. It is very difficult to come up with a proper price for know how. The value of know how is high if a business needs it and does not have it, but declines rapidly after they acquire it. It is difficult to come up with reasonable fees for licensing technology to business customers, and this is called the tradability problem. Spillovers of know how can have positive consequences when applied to new markets or applications. NASA's space program, which created the first solar panels for their spacecraft, have had tremendous benefits for the commercial and residential solar panel industry. DuPont's polymer nylon was first created for military parachutes before being integrated into outerwear clothing. A final important characteristic of high technology products is the network effect, which is the value of high tech products increases exponentially with the number of users. Value is generated directly from the number of users and also indirectly from the availability of complementary products from third parties. A product can become a dominant design or turn into a dominant ecosystem by successfully attracting the largest number of users through the process in this diagram. Step 1, open up the product platform to users and partners, entails licensing out the know how or providing interfaces so that partners' products can connect to your product. Step 2 is making your product available through wide distribution and affordable pricing. This lowers the FUD that consumers face. Lowering FUD increases the likelihood of consumer adoption. This increases the number of users of the product. Increased user base provides incentives for third-party developers to create apps, peripherals, and accessories for your product, which further increases the value to each user. The sum of direct and indirect network effects is a self-reinforcing cycle which leads to higher and higher value, a larger installed base, and eventually a dominant design. A dominant design or ecosystem becomes a de facto or voluntary industry standard. Microsoft Windows and Intel's x86 processors achieved dominance in the PC industry like this. In smartphones, we have two dominant ecosystems today, Android and iOS. In electric cars, there is still no dominant ecosystem, although Tesla seems to be on the right track to achieve this. Just as we have been discussing high-tech and low-tech products, there are two types of innovations, incremental and breakthrough or radical. Incremental innovation is about continuous improvements in product performance with existing technologies. For example, increasing the screen size or battery power of mobile devices every year. Breakthrough or radical innovations have huge improvements in performance or price based on new technologies that create new markets. I think you would all agree the World Wide Web has been a breakthrough innovation based on several new technologies that created new online markets for a number of different industries. From the prior slide, it should be clear that breakthrough or radical innovations are more high-tech than incremental innovations. We now put forth the proposition that the type of marketing strategy a business uses must be matched with the type of innovation they wish to market in order to ensure success. It is our contention that existing marketing theory is well suited for the marketing of incremental innovations that consumers are familiar with.